Welcome guys to this video. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to construct your first sentence in French. How to construct your first sentence in French. It's not going to be something that will stress you or something. So you just get the basic concept of how to um, use the pronoun. So what I'm going to teach you majorly is how to use the personal pronoun. Excuse me. How to use the personal pronoun. Okay, so how to use the personal pronouns in French. So for one thing, and how to use verbs. So to construct your first, of course, we need noun, articles, and all, which we have done previously. If you have not watched that, you can check my previous videos. Here we are going to see how to use personal pronouns and verbs. I'm not going to use verbs that you cannot really understand. I'll use our day-to-day English verbs, the one you are familiar with. So let's right into this. The first thing here is in English, just like you're in English or any language, your personal pronouns. Okay, let me just use English. I have I, right? I'm talking about the singular first. I, we have he, we have she, and probably for um, inanimate objects, we have it, right? I, he, she, it. We have you, singular. We have you, right? Now, for this, we all know they have their plurals. We all know they have their plurals and their plural. The plural of I is we. I hope you know. I think I'll have to change this. The plural of he, she, this is what? They, right? And the plural of you is what? Still you. So when we know how to use these personal pronouns very well in English or probably in French, we can, know how to at least construct a bit of simple sentence. And let's just have some examples of this. Look at this. I is je in French. In French, sorry. Je. I is je. Okay. And why he is il, right? She is elle, okay, which we can actually use for it depending on the object though. And the plural, these are the singular one, just like the one we did for these are the singular one. So the plural, which is we, the plural of I, which is we is uh nous, nous. The plural of he or she, this is they, which is depending. If it is they masculine, it will be ILS. If it is for feminine, it's going to be ELLS. And the plural of you, the plural of you. Oh, I forgot to add this here. The singular of you here is two. Sorry. And the plural of you here, singular you is two. While the plural is vous, which means you too. Okay, so how do we use all this to construct a simple sentence How do we use it, or how do we use it to, get to know what to fill? Probably you are given a fill in the gap, something in like exam in French, to fill in with the best grammar, the best word that will fit in. You get what I'm saying now? Let's have something like this. Um, okay, don't forget I said je is I, tu is you, singular, il, he, elle, she. Okay, we have nous, which is we, vous, which is you or plural, and we have elle ou il, which is they, but then it's depending on the verb that follow. If you have this, let's say, let me just quickly do a simple verb, like the verb to eat, to eat, verb to eat is manger, okay, and I'll use two verbs actually, and verb to to talk, verb to talk, which is parler, okay, parler. Now let me quickly explain something. Just the way we have regular and irregular verbs in French, we have them too in English. We have them too in French. We have regular. The regular verbs are the one that terminate with er. Okay, we have er verbs that terminate with er. They are the regular ones. We have verbs that terminate with oir. We have one that terminates with re. You get, so these all those types are uh, um, irregular verbs. Of course, we have some verbs that terminate with er, but they are not regular. We are going to talk about that later. Here, I'm going to teach you how to conjugate this verb according to the personal pronoun that must be used when you are speaking or when you are writing in French. If I say I eat, you can't say I eat. Okay, you can't say she eats, you rather say she eats. So the same thing here. Let me just write this in French, in English. So let's say you want to talk about the verb to eat, something like uh you know I eat, he or she eats, right? You have what? You ate, we eat, and plural we, and plural you, again, you eat, and they eat, right? Okay, so can you see? Don't forget, this place very well is having s. So how do we do this in French? How do we do the same thing in French? Okay, this is what we're going to do. Excuse me. Okay, so we're going to see how those verbs are. Okay, let's use the verb to eat. To eat. Now manger or manger, manger, manger. So il. Now er verbs that terminate with er. If you want to conjugate them, conjugate means to write them with the personal pronoun, such a way that you can use it to form a sentence. So if you want to write them in that form, er verb form follows a pattern, and I'm going to teach you the pattern. It's very very simple. So we have er verbs. Okay, just follow. Apart from aller, aller is an er verb, but it's not following that pattern. Although it's following, but not really like for other er verbs like don't say, like don't say. I think you should be able to do this yourself. Don't say and musée. Check their meaning and conjugate them. Let me know in the comment section. So let's continue. we have il. Oh, sorry. Let's start from je. Let's start from je. Let's start from je. So if I have je, tu, il, ou, elle. Ou here means for. Il ou elle. Nous, vous, and il ou elle. So now there is a pattern. The pattern is just write this verb MAG, okay. Now just remove the ER and see. Now there is a pattern they follow. For je, it will have E. For tu, okay, this one we have ES. It's still tu manges. This one is je mange, tu manges. This one is mange. This one we just have the E, right? And nous, nous mangeons. Nous mangeons. Now one thing about this thing is that it could have been nous mangeons, but it's not preserving the j sound, right? So I'll have to put the E here so that the sound j will continue. If not, we are going to have mangon. Okay, so we have nous mangeons. This is what we are following actually, the pattern. Can you see? Nous mangeons, vous mangez, mangez. Avec il mange, elle mange. This is pronounced mange, but look at it, ENT. Can you see? So for any verb now, you can really say, this is saying I am eating or I eat, that kind of. He eats, you, this is you eat, right? Singular. He or she eats, we eat, you eat, they eat. So how do we use this to construct a simple sentence? I said you should do for this now, for don't say. If you check the pattern, you should be able to do for don't say. Okay. Like I said earlier, try to drop the solution in the comment section. So let's say I eat some rice. Some rice is du riz, right? Don't forget this is in a present tense. It is verbally present tense. Okay. So if I want to say I eat some rice, if you want to write it in French, can you see it's going to be very easy now to say you eat some rice. Okay, so that will be what I eat some rice. So that's going to be je mange du riz. Okay, je mange du riz. Je mange du riz, right? I eat some rice. But what if, let's say, they want to use this as a sentence? Maybe they say, mon père, mon père dash du riz, right? Mon père dash du riz. More like my father is eating rice. Now they want you to put to fill this gap with the best verb, the best conjugation of the verb. Now probably they give you this option. Look at it. Probably they say A mange, B mange, C manger, and D mange. So which do you think will suit this place? Which do you think will be the best to fill this mon père? Mon père. What is the personal pronoun that can replace mon père? That will be he, right? So for he, What is the very best verb to replace to conjugate he here? So that's this. So that's it. Mon père mange. Can you see? Can you see what I'm talking about? Mange du riz. Now I want you to do this. Uh, Abiola et Samuel dash anglais. Anglais. Okay? Dash anglais. So let's see how it's going to be. Um, A parle, B parle or parler, and C parle. So what is the best option to fill this? Thank you for listening. We'll meet in the next video.